welcome to the last of the Japan vlogs. I really hope you guys have been enjoying them so far, and I'm just really happy that I was able to get enough stuff filmed that I could make 5 vlogs. Like, going into this trip, I really honestly didn't know how much stuff we were actually going to be doing. I kind of envisioned that we were going to be just at the apartment for most of the time, and we were, but I'm really grateful to my sister and her husband for, you know, trying to get all of us out, or just trying to get me out, or some combination of all of us out to go out and do some fun things while I was there for 2.5 weeks. So very, very happy with the amount of stuff that we got to do and the stuff that we got to see. So for my very last outing of the trip, we went to Kawagoe. We were supposed to try to go to Kamakura. It was one of the things that my sister's husband had proposed as something that we could do. But towards the end of the trip, there was a tsunami warning for coastal Japan, and Kamakura is on the coast. So we decided that we should not try to go there just in case. They had like a high surf warning. So we were like, okay, let's do Kawagoe instead. We did a whole family outing. So me, my sister, her husband, both the kids. And it was just a very cute little day trip. There's a lot of cute little shops and cafes and things like that. We did not go into most of them, to be honest, because I think that just would have been too boring for the kids, but we just walked around, we looked around. We did go into like one cafe because my sister and her husband were talking to the owners, and they also had a baby, and they were just kind of bonding over that. But this was actually the coolest day of the entire trip. It was like low to mid 80s. It was really cloudy and gray, so it was so nice to like not be dying from the sun just like burning my skin off. However, it did get sunny partway through the day, which I was not expecting, and I was not a fan of that because I was wearing a black shirt. Like, the one time I was like, okay, it's probably safe to wear my black shirt, right? It was not really, but it was okay. It was fine. But yeah, it was super cute just walking around, seeing all the little stores, and we went to a little playground that was also on like the remains of a temple, question mark. I do have a picture that like explains the area that we were in, but it was kind of crazy that there's just like a playground and then like a temple or like a shrine building right there. But it was really kind of cool and unique, so loved that. This is another instance where I thought I was taking a lot of pictures and videos, but apparently I was not really. So apologies that, again, these are not the greatest clips ever, but I hope you enjoy them anyway. Oh, that is what I look like. That's awesome. Anyway, hello. I have not really talked to the camera very much on this trip at all because it's kind of awkward and there's not really like a good time. I think the only time I did it was at Mount Takao, maybe. Actually, yeah, that's the only time. So hi, it is nearing the end of my trip. It is Friday, August 1st, and I have just checked in for my flight that leaves on Monday, August 4th, and I'm very excited. I am trying now to, you know, get all of my stuff sorted in my suitcase and my backpack, and really hoping and praying that I did not buy too much stuff and that I don't have to try to use a second bag. Essentially, hopefully I can just return with only my suitcase and my backpack like how I came here. But yes, I'm trying to organize my stuff, and currently I'm trying to think ahead and save myself some trouble and time for the upcoming part of my trip. Like I said before, I am flying into Seattle. I'm going to be there for a day, and then I'm going to be doing 2 Amtraks across the US back to Massachusetts to get myself home. So I am currently trying to pick out my outfits for my Amtrak trip and have them all together and put them in a packing cube, just so at night in Seattle when I'm, you know, reorganizing my bags and everything for the train trip, I can just grab everything out, and then I don't even have to use any sort of brain power to try and figure out, what do I want to wear? What should I have for my outfits? You know, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm currently doing. We'll see how this goes. I also still have to do my laundry, which is going to stop me from being able to fully be able to do this, but whatever. Let's see how it goes. I'm so sad. I got these pants from Aerie/American Eagle. They're called party pants, with the intention of wearing them at some point in Japan because they're so light and flowy and thin, and it's so super hot and sweaty here, and that I just have not worn them at all. So I feel like I have to wear them at some point on my trip, and I'm just gonna wear them on Amtrak at some point. But oh well. But they're cute though, and they're very comfortable. I just don't want to deal with trying to run for a train in these, so that's why I have not worn them. But well, I guess I should explain what I need and what I'm packing. So for my Amtrak trip, I am getting on the train on Tuesday afternoon. I think the train leaves at like 4:45 p.m. or something like that. So I'll have to be at the station for like 4 at the absolute latest, probably, because I'm not going to check my bag. I'm going to trust that I will have space for this thing on the shelves downstairs. So I'll obviously be dressed for that day. Don't need to pick an outfit for that day necessarily. So then I will need an outfit for Wednesday and Thursday, which is when I switch trains, and then Friday is my last day on the train/bus, and I need an outfit for that, and that is the day that I get home. And then obviously I need pajamas also, so I'm trying to just pick out my outfits for those 3 times, and pajamas obviously. Yeah, I think that's everything. Maybe I should pick out my outfit for Tuesday, so then I don't even have to think about it in Seattle. Should I do that? Should I make my life easier? Yeah, I should. Well, half my clothes aren't even clean, so whatever, it's fine. Okay, what do I want to wear the day that I get home? I don't know. 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 I'm so excited. Like, I've had a good time on this trip for the most part. Well, I don't know if I can say that. It's been good and bad, definitely. I've had some rough days, I've had some rough times, but also some good days and some good times, so I don't know. It's been a time. This was a lot for me, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did not try and change my trip, because originally I was not supposed to be here for 2.5 weeks. I was actually only supposed to be here for 9 days. And if this trip played out the exact same way that it has, and I was only here for 9 days, it would have been a disaster. So I'm glad I didn't try and change my trip when we had to change our flights to come here earlier. So okay, back to packing. Nice. So I think that is all the clothes that I need for my train journey. Very exciting. And now I can shuffle all my other clothes around into the other packing cubes, and I can put some of my souvenirs into the packing cubes. That way I'll have more space to play around with. Oh my gosh, I'm such a genius. I love me. Okay. That's all. I don't really have anything else to say. So my last days in Japan after the Kawagoe trip were just spent packing, doing laundry, making sure that I had everything, making sure that all of my laundry was dry as well, because they don't have a dryer in Japan, so had to air dry everything. I was just packing, making sure that I had everything, and making sure that everything was packed exactly how I wanted it. I had some fragile souvenirs that I was trying to make sure that I was protecting while I was packing as well. And honestly, I was just pacing around the apartment with a whole lot of nervous and excited energy, I would say. Nervous because I had to go back to the airport and be on a plane again, which is, like I said in my first vlog, one of my least favorite things to do. But also excited energy about being back in the US, being in a new city in the US, and also I knew that my Amtrak trip was coming, and I was very, very excited for that. And obviously getting to be at home again, finally, after being gone for almost a month. When I originally booked my flight home, I obviously chose the cheapest option for the seat, but every time I checked the app, and once I was all checked in for my flight a couple days before, it was just giving me the option to upgrade, and to me, the prices did not look too bad, so I ended up upgrading myself to the Premium Select class, which is right behind Delta One, which is their first class, and honestly, it was a great decision. Like, I did it just because I rarely fly, and flying is just so terrifying to me that I decided to treat myself to more legroom, a bigger seat, different menu, and the amenity kit, which I honestly didn't know that I was getting, and I kind of found that out when I got to my seat, and it was all sitting there, so that was pretty exciting. But I'm really glad that I did it because it was a lot more comfortable, I think, than being in the back of the plane.